to the good news. I'm Doc.
And I'm TJ.
And welcome to the good news. We are bringing good news to you from all around the world, spreading and sharing some good news and good stories from people just like you and I. You can follow us on Twitter at The Good News YT or Google Plus at The Good News YT. And look at us, and when you view our film, please comment, subscribe, and tell a friend about The Good News YT.
You know, one of the things that I've been thinking about this week is how much I'm able to stay more connected with both you and the children throughout the day. And I think that's a good thing.
I believe so. I like to think it is.
So I went online and I was looking at the new iPhone 5s, the 5C and the 5S that have been available for about a month now. And Apple always gauges how much their sales is and how much a phone is adopted by like the first weekend, the first like 3 days of introducing a new device. And so they started out with the iPhone 3, I believe, that sold like 1.7 million in the first 3 days, and then it's been creeping up since then. So the 4S, I believe they say they sold right around 4 million and 5 million. And so the 5C and the 5S in the first 3 days of entry sold 9 million devices.
Really? Is that worldwide or America?
It is. It's 9 million devices sold. And so I thought about how much I use my phone and how much I use it to stay connected with the children.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about family and technology and how much it's really changed the way that we do things. I remember reading to my children. How much does that happen now?
I hope it still happens to some families who have small children.
I know, but I mean, it seems like the first thing we introduce them to is our cell phones and our iPads. We have one little baby at the church that already, he's very small, but he already knows how to use his little pointer and how to swipe across a phone. And so you know it's something that's been introduced to him that he's used before or uses regularly.
So what you're telling me, now babies will learn to text before they talk.
It's amazing. It seems as if it's going that way. And I think I'm a proponent of technology, but I think too about, while I use it to bring and keep my family closer, I can see how it takes families away from one another.
Yo, there used to be a time, if your show came on at 8 o'clock, you had to be home at 8 o'clock to watch it. Now you could watch it on your phone, watch it on your iPad, or you can record it, and you don't have to be capturing. Now it's even streaming. So
yeah, it's amazing that we have, of course, all the technology that's invented. It's in order to make us more comfortable and to make things easier to access. And so as I was looking at the story about the iPhones and thinking about family and technology and whether or not it's a good thing for families or whether or not it's brought us closer or driven us further apart, I came across a story about a Canadian couple. They're not married, but they have 2 kids, 2 small children. I believe they're like 5 and 2. And so they decided to go back to technology that was pre-1986.
they remind me of the guy from my movie Enemy of the State, Gene Hackman character.
Yeah.
How he didn't how he talked about what technology would do and how he had all these devices set up to avoid being able to be recorded and monitored.
You know, it made me think, I'm a big M. Night Shyamalan fan, and so it made me think of the movie The Village, where they
I remember that movie also.
they pick an era where they thought it was simpler times and chose to live in that era. But this family has been doing this for about a year, and they plan to do a full year. They packed up all of their technology that was after 1986, so that means no DVDs. No cell phones. They have video games, but not Xboxes and PlayStations. So back to the Atari and those things. And they talk about how much it's kind of slowed down their pace of life. So they're writing letters instead of emailing, and instead of jumping on the internet and getting the latest news, because of course 1986, the internet wasn't available to us yet. And so
I don't think we had PCs either. I remember word processors in '86.
It's really the intricacies that they have taken to make sure that they are staying pre-1986.
I wonder how it's 86 the year they chose to use as a cutoff. 86, that was during the Ronald Reagan era, wasn't it?
I think they definitely wanted to get pre-cell phones. Was
Okay.
one of the major things that they were trying. I'm thinking about rewinding a VHS. When's the last time I had to rewind something? You stop and you go back to the screen you want to look at.
I'm just thinking about how can you record anything to VHS now?
So they in the video that they have is, I believe it is posted on YouTube, and I'll put the link in the about section of this video. But they have stacks of VHS. I'm just thinking about how much space VHS tapes take up when you think about our little slim Blu-ray disc now.
I remember I had like the whole side of a wall at one time full of VHS tapes, and they were all labeled and monitored and everything.
I, for one, am grateful and thankful for the advances of technology. But I do think it's a good time and a good point that they're trying to make sure that it's enhancing our lives and not detracting from.
Yes.
That just because you're upstairs and I'm downstairs doesn't mean I should send you a text message to come here. It should be that I still get up and walk to where you are, and that we're using our communications effectively still.
You know, I'm reminded of the time that there was this young person, and they were engaged in texting with another young person. And all of a sudden the phone rung, and the one young person said, "Why are you calling me? We were texting." You know, I just wonder, when did we get so concerned about communicating with one another? Before we had the mobile phones, I don't think we called each other as much. We used to go and visit people.
Yes.
We would send letters and things like that. And I understand the need for one to have better communication, more quicker communication right now. You know, we could pick up our phone now and talk to someone all the way across on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
But yet, at the same time, if that person were to kind of see us, we wouldn't want to talk to them. So
You know, I think our technology dates us too. We have a neighbor that we spoke to as we were driving out of the cul-de-sac. She said, "Okay, I'm talking to my mother long distance."
Yes.
And I remember when long distance really used to be a big thing. We have a long distance call, and everybody get quiet and crowd around the phone, and we think nothing now of with our cell phone plans to call across the country and to other countries even.
You know, I even think about 1986. Well, I was undergrad then, but in 1986, that was a time when you were in college, you would stand at the payphone and you'd be in line waiting on the person in front of you to get off the phone so you can call home on Sunday evening.
That's right.
And now, you know, everybody have their own cell phones, and October has brought us some great weather here. And October is one of those months that, you know, we don't really think about a lot because, you know, it's September, football coming in, and school coming in, and it's the end of summer with the Labor Day. We know what September means, but October has brought on significance meaning in its own self. For those of y'all who might not know, October is Pastor Appreciation Month.
It is.
And I thank you for those who have sent me Pastor Appreciation wishes on Facebook and my Twitter. And I've gotten several that I was thankful of. And not only is it Pastor Appreciation Month, we have Breast Cancer Awareness Month, in which you might notice I'm wearing pink today. I've decided that I'll wear pink every Sunday in support of breast cancer awareness. And make sure that those who have suffered with breast cancer or those who might know someone know that I support you not only by just wearing pink, but also with financial donations I've given, and also I'll be participating in the Breast Cancer Awareness Walk this coming weekend here in Atlanta.
I also want to encourage those that are watching the video to comment and let us know about other awareness walks and charities, events in your area, so that we can share that news with everyone that's around, because it's good news. It's a good opportunity for everyone to come together for a common goal and make a difference, because you can make a difference by yourself, but it's so much better when you have a large group. So.
Didn't the people who didn't get an opportunity to come to Champions for Christ Christian Church really miss an excited, energetic worship today?
They did.
You know, I'm still excited about the sermon title, You and I plus God. I'm encouraged, I'm motivated, and I'm excited about how God will use us to bless other people. So let God use you to bless other people. You and I plus God.
Thank you so much for that, Doc. And thank each of you for joining us once again for this episode of The Good News. We invite you to comment and subscribe. We want you to follow us on Twitter at The Good News YT and on G Plus at The Good News YT. And we will surely continue to bring you the good news.
So until the next time.
Good day and good night.